What's going on, everybody? This is the One Throne Productions LLC first Spreaker podcast. This is host Exzavier Whitley, and I just kind of wanted to go into a couple of things that have been going around this world. Recently, we've had the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, which in turn people have lost many jobs, lost their lives, and lost connections with loved ones abroad. Unfortunately, I feel as if the practices within the social distancing and everything else has made it to another point to where it's not that the fact that we're not listening, but we're slowly starting to wake up and see what is being done. So a second round is going to come. I feel like all this divide going on is done purposely, because for one, the love of money, race, equality, that would be driven out the window. Because in order for you to succeed, sometimes you gotta weed out people in a narcissistic looking way of things. And I feel like, it's not getting any better. I got some questions for you guys. In the next 2 years, from here to 2022, do you feel like the world will be any worse or any better? Do you agree with things have to fall in order to build itself up? Just a couple of questions. Do you feel like this pandemic is a cover-up? Something much larger? Or do you feel like this was an actual accident and it's something that has affected everybody and will be fixed? What do you think? Also, a lot of it has to do with, control of life. People tend to be lost and not pay attention to things. So when something breaks out like this, a lot of people aren't prepared for it. They're lost to the fact until it's too late. Do you feel like this is going to be here a while, this is going to go on for a minute? Or do you feel like it's just going to suddenly just disappear? Me personally, I feel like the fact that everything's opening back up right now, it's not healthy. For one, it's too early. Most places that are opening up are places of mass. So, the amount of people that can get sick is a lot larger. I think we're getting too comfortable right now just because the numbers have just kind of went down a little bit. I don't feel like it's getting any better. But do you feel like it is? I mean, these are questions for you to answer. What do you feel? Do you feel like all of these marches and all of these things going on disregard the coronavirus? Or is that simply an actual cover-up? Because it feels like to me, after the horrible events that happened with uh, Mr. George Floyd and the police, I feel like, for one, a mass awakening happened as far as the brutality and inequality, and I feel like it's wrong for another person to die in order for people to see this. But, you know, I feel like that right there totally bumped the whole coronavirus idea. Because everything started opening back up. All the protests started. But we forgot about coronavirus. It just went away. I don't know. But it's just one of those things where I feel like this point in time is really a time of trying to figure out what's the truth, what's real, survival, and the way of things to go, because it's messed up. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out. What's for y'all? Mm-hmm. But the rest of it won't matter. It's too late by now. You figure it out. What you think? Get back to me when you have more facts, when you have more things to just say instead of just putting it out there and just saying, oh, it's just the pandemic, or it's just Black Lives Matter. And that in itself, what do you think about that? Do you feel like it's a positive movement? Do you think it's destroying us and dividing us a lot more, creating more issues? What do you think? Me personally, I think the whole movement, the basis of it is good, but why should our lives only matter? It only matters. So if something has to happen to one of our people in order for our life to matter and only just matter, at the end of the day, I kind of don't want to hear it, you know. But it's up for y'all to decide. What do you think about the whole movement and everything going on? Do you feel like it's contributing to the events going on with the pandemic and it's just a fuel gauge? Or what do you think? So, you know, whatever you have, any type of thoughts, any types of, you know, input, things that you might think could be done differently, throw them down in the chat. Throw them down in the comments. Go to One Throne OTP on Twitter. That's at One Throne OTP on Twitter, and give us a follow. Give us a like. Tell us what you think, and answer some of the questions in this podcast. And tell me what's your thoughts on everything going on now. Because this stuff is crazy. The way that we're living right now is very crazy. So I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. So get back to me with everything. Also, you can follow me on Facebook at Exzavier, so that's EXZAVIER. Or you can follow me on Twitter at Exzavier Whitley at EXZAVIER WHITLEY on Twitter. And give me a follow. Also follow my gaming entertainment page and admin for that, Yaki-san OTG, you know, Yaki the Panda, right living, And just do that. Yeah, put it all in the section and let me know. This stuff is crazy.
Stop.
One Throne Productions, LLC.